Welcome, everyone, to the PopGaming Podcast, your place for gaming news, gaming-related topics, and other nonsense. Our awesome intro was created by Jonathon Tucker and Agony Wolf. We are your hosts, Scott,
Ruben,
and Dee,
and I'm Matt.
And today we are just going to kind of go through a outline of what we're going to be doing for the show, gaming-related news, and what we've been playing.
Yep.
So, I guess we should just start off with the outline.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, welcome everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
So I guess everyone should probably introduce ourselves. We are a group of writers that travel to the podcast world from PopHorror and various other places. So, let's get started. Let's all introduce ourselves. Who wants to go first?
Screw it, I'll go.
Hey.
There you go.
My name is Scott Crawford. I've been a writer for PopHorror for about 2 years now. We started the gaming section about a year ago, I'd say.
About a year ago.
And yeah, pretty much been a gamer my whole life, pretty much since I won my first NES during a contest when I was like 7 years old, and been gaming ever.
Nice.
So, yeah. Cool. But I'm also like a huge fan of like RPGs, FPSs, strategy, and some fighting games.
Do you have any other projects that you do outside of PopHorror?
Oh, yes, I do. I am also the host of a horror movie podcast called The Podcast by the Cemetery, where it's me and two of my friends discussing horror movies of all sorts. My one friend doesn't really watch horror films very often, so we try to introduce him to some of the more fucked up movies just to kind of break his spirit a little bit.
Nice. All right. Well, who's next?
Yeah, I'll go. I guess we're kind of mentioning our names in that order. I'll do it. I'm Ruben from South Africa originally, but I'm residing in the UK. These guys, about a year? Is it that long?
Yeah,
it's been about a year.
Yeah, and I kind of just really enjoy gaming. Way back in South Africa, my first gaming experience was probably Mortal Kombat with a 20p sense across the road, trying to beat all my neighbors with Sub-Zero or Scorpion. Get over here. That's what my introduction. I must have been like 8, and so probably shouldn't have been playing that game. But kids do what kids do. And so now I have a brand called The Ruby Tuesday, which I do like Netflix reviews and Amazon, all that kind of movie-related stuff. That's kind of something that I've created coming out of film school, where I've been involved in making films and on the camera teams, and also an author. So I've got my hands in lots of pots, I guess. But I'm so enjoying working with you guys because gaming is kind of where some of my passion lies. And you're probably the best community I've had so far working with you guys. Yeah. You're so cool.
So, thanks.
We love y'all. Well, I guess my name is next on the list. I am Dee. I write under DDCrowley, so that's and I write everywhere. I write for probably too many places, but I've been with PopHorror for over a year, and write for 1428 Elm, Rue Morgue, among many others. I've been playing games since my dad had me playing Dungeon Hack on MS-DOS, and then
nice.
And then I don't know what that is.
Oh no, we've got a youngin' in the group.
Damn millennials.
Wait, what part? Dungeon Hack or MS-DOS?
Both.
Oh my god.
Dear.
Okay. MS-DOS was when you had a computer and had to type in MS-DOS to get your computer to play the old shit that wouldn't run on the new stuff. So I had to do that for Dungeon Hack. I had to do it for Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. Those were my favorite games. So I've been playing, and just like Ruben, I've been playing games that were probably a little too old for me since I was a little too young for it. But yeah, I'm excited. This is good. I'm happy. And yeah, in terms of gaming community, the PopHorror gaming group, you guys are badass. It's a real sausage fest in here, but you guys are badass.
Well, thank you. I'm a little more feminine than I usually Pretend I am.
I'm a little more masculine, so hey.
There you go. It all works out. All right. So I'm Matt. I've been writing for PopHorror for almost 2 years now. It all started, I wrote a blog. It was all about like super fucked up movies. And then I wrote for Movie Pilot, Rip in Peace. And then contacted PopHorror and wrote some stuff for them. That was really fun. I work as a store manager for a certain video game retailer. So
I have no idea what store you're talking about.
Yeah. It's a big one. It's a big one. It's not Best Buy and it's not Target. And it's not Walmart. It's the other one.
The other one.
So video games. I mean, I've got older sisters, so we played Doom and Wolfenstein on the PC. So nice. Once again, playing games I shouldn't have played. Too young. First really big thing was we got a PlayStation 1 for Christmas. I was 6 or 7, and I begged my parents to get me Final Fantasy 8. And I was far too young to be playing that. It took me forever to beat it, but big fan of RPGs, anime games. I like shooters. I literally play anything. I'm playing baseball a lot right now, so like sports, literally everything.
Now I have a question for you. What for those of you who you guys got a PlayStation 1 when they first came out, what was your free game that you got with it? I want to know if it's the same as mine.
See, I don't remember what ours. I remember we went to the only memory I have. We went to Walmart, and it was with my sisters and my parents, and we all got to pick out a game, and they picked out Spyro and Crash Bandicoot.
Nice.
And I picked out Final Fantasy 8, and the guy like told my parents, I don't know, I think it's too much for him, and I threw a temper tantrum. And my parents were just like, we're just gonna buy it. Shut him up.
That's right, kids. Temper tantrums work.
Yeah,
I love the story.
I think my free game for PlayStation was it came with that PlayStation demo that had like extreme sports, jumping flash, and it had like 15 other games on it. And then my first game I bought was Twisted Metal. Am I getting a cattail in my face?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. What about you, Ruben? Did you end up getting a PS1?
Yeah, I had a PS1, but it was like a Christmas present. So I don't know what the free game was. The game I got with it was the 4-disc Metal Gear Solid. I also didn't have a save card, so I had to start playing and then not stop. So that was 18 hours.
Oh my god. Mine actually came with a game. Mine came with a full Battle Arena Toshinden.
Nice.
And that was the only game I had until finally getting Resident Evil 1. And then it was Twisted Metal 2 and 2 Extreme.
Oh god, I forgot about 2 Extreme.
Oh, 2 Extreme was awesome.
It was so hard.
It was, but it was awesome. So yeah, that was the last sporting game I ever played in my life.
I remember we got Dino Crisis because I was a big Jurassic Park fan, and it came with a demo for Resident Evil 3, and that was my first experience with Resident Evil, and I played it over and over and over again until the disc stopped working.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
I don't blame you. I still have my Resident Evil, my original one from, how old am I? Wait, how old am I? 21 years ago. I still have my original Resident Evil 1 disc and case.
That's cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Cool.
All right, guys. So, hi, everybody. You know us now. We don't know you, but that's okay. We cover news because in the gaming world, news comes out pretty much every single day. We can only cover it every single week, but there's a lot of news because April is a kind of a big month for releases, announcements, and just updates. We had PAX East not long ago and got some really cool stuff out of it. So,
yeah, and it looks like the first one is one of your most anticipated games, I would say, Devin. Let's see.
So excited! And this Borderlands 3, I'm so excited.
Yeah, me too. Really excited for that.
Well,
it looks dope.
So that's set to be released on September 13th for Xbox One, PS4, and PC. But I've noticed a trend lately, a very angry trend for people lately, that Epic Store exclusives.
Yeah, they've got a 6-month exclusivity on the Borderlands 3, which is not making fans happy at all. Well, the PC community.
So
No.
like, I'm not a PC guy. I've
Neither
got a
am I.
laptop that can barely run. It can run like toaster games, but that's about it. I don't see the big deal about the Epic Store. Like, and it's because I don't know about it. Ruben, I think you do more PC games, possibly. I don't know the big deal, but I know people are pissed about it. I don't understand.
Yeah, I think it's actually kind of a good thing because there needs to be competition in that area, and Steam has been running the thing for so long that, you know, competition is good. It'll force people to start competing and lowering prices or doing things for their community to like make their service better than the other one.
Yeah. But the whole reason why these big companies are going to Epic now is because they get a larger percentage of the revenue. So where, Valve will do 70%, I believe it's something like 80%. Don't quote me on it, but I know it's higher. So that's why these companies are going, hey, we definitely want to give more back to our community because we get more from that. So on one side, it's actually a really good thing. On the other side, there are mates of Epic's apparently doesn't have a good rep. But I'm not sure why.
Maybe it's just because they're the fledgling in this area.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Like-
no, I agree. I mean, that there needs to be some competition. When you have a company that monopolizes everything, then that's not, there's no motivation to get better.
Yeah.
But there's multiple, because this isn't the only one. I forget, what was it? Isn't the Outer Worlds going to be, is going to be Epic Games exclusive for a year?
Yeah.
Yep.
Metro Exodus was also an Epic
So-
exclusive.
People aren't happy, but, get a console.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Uh-oh, I can already hear the people sharpening their pitchforks at me.
PC forever.
No, I understand. I mean, PC graphics and everything are a lot better, and things tend to run a little bit smoother. But
I like my consoles.
I do too.
They're easy.
Same here.
Well, when there was another thing that was announced just recently with Borderlands 3 that I wanted to ask you guys about. One of the most noticeable things in playing like couch co-op with Borderlands, or even just multiplayer at all with Borderlands, was the ability to steal loot. So if you're playing with like a huge dick as a partner, you don't get anything. If you're not fast enough, you just don't get any loot. But now there will be no loot stealing. Does that, is that better? Or is that a very millennial, everybody should be equal type of, attitude where it's like you need to fight for your stuff? So it's just like there's two different camps when it comes to what people think about this.
As I said to you guys previously, Borderlands has always been a solo game for me. I know it sounds crazy. I've always played them solo. It's because I didn't have any
You're
friends.
Matt.
I didn't have any friends.
Oh,
So
God.
I played these solo. So I never experienced it. Personally, I don't see anything wrong with it. I play games like Destiny, Division, where everybody gets their own loot. I don't know. It would piss me off spectacularly if I was playing with Scott and I'm carrying the team and he steals a bunch of shit. So,
That would be me too. I would do that.
Like, I play like the Battle Royale games, and that can be frustrating playing with a group because you land in a spot and people are just, if somebody gets there before you and your team, they just take everything. So I'm all down with the loot sharing. I don't see any problem with it. Anybody that does see a problem with it, they just, I don't know, learn how to share, man.
I'll say that problem. Sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, just be cool. Learn how to share.
Okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say, anyone that's complaining about it, I think, is the ones that are stealing the loot from the others, and they're just mad about it.
That is so true. That is so true, because the one person I heard complain about it is the one that always steals my shit.
Yep.
I believe you can switch it on and off, so there's going to be that ability where you can just, if you want to go and steal stuff, there's that glitch in Borderlands 2 where you can duplicate the weapons, which is always really fun to do. So if you did get some kind of douchebag, you could always go to a friend that you can trust and say, hey, I love that weapon, please duplicate it for me, and you do the glitch, and then, you've got that amazing weapon. Whether there will be that glitch in 3, I don't know, but it's nice that they've put it on and off, so you can just choose what type of game you want to be, I guess.
Yeah, because for me, like when I was playing Borderlands, I'd always play it with one of my buddies, and we would always start off, same level in the beginning of the game, and then I would take a couple days off because I had other things going on, and he would continue playing that character because he's a dick and wouldn't make another character and do that with. So when we come back, he'd be like 10, 20 levels higher than me. And then at that point, he would just drag me around with him and just go, here's some loot. Here's some loot. Go ahead and take all this stuff that I'm dropping because I don't need it now. So I never had the experience of competing for the items either.
I don't know. I think pity loot's worse than just playing with a loot stealer.
Yeah, he was just trying to get me leveled up. And that's why I never really was interested in Borderlands that much because I could never experience it like with someone at the same time.
Yeah.
Just play solo. Just play solo.
The patience. I don't have the patience to do that. It's not the whole getting good like you said yesterday. it's just
gotta get good.
Well, it looks like that there are new, brand spanking new characters. You guys want to talk about the characters with how are they different? What's going on with those? They look friggin' awesome. So excited.
Yeah, so the only one that I'm familiar with is Amara. I think that was her, the Siren.
Mm-hmm.
She looks fucking cool. And I forget who it is. One has a mech, and it looks like straight out Titanfall or something. So I'm down with that.
Isn't it Flack?
I think it was Flack, FL4K, whatever you want to call it. I think that's who that was. And then Zane, I think, was the operative, so he's the one that's gonna use gadgets and shit. So that was pretty cool. And then I think Maz is just gonna be the typical.
Beastmaster?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be pretty cool.
I'm so excited, and I think that with Borderlands, the thing that I like the most are the baddies, the bad guys. Handsome Jack, I think, was one of the, strangely enough, was one of the most multifaceted, layered characters, because his backstory, and then how it's so interesting. It's so interesting, and so they give the villains more backstory than they actually give the characters that you play.
I'm pissed because I want to play as the Calypso twins. I think they look the coolest. I want to be them.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
I mean, I'm happy that they've included Tales from the Borderlands, their characters, as canon, because some of those characters are in the trailer, so hopefully we'll get some of those as well, because those were really fun to see what they did with the kind of the whole universe, really. And they've acknowledged it by putting it in the trailer, so hopefully there'll be some more goodies. Because, they've added some of those characters, like Borderlands, they just kept adding another character, and, the Psycho, Gunzerker, all of that, so who knows? Because those DLCs, they just keep adding so much. Massive DLCs, so.
Right.
Who's your favorite character in Borderlands, guys?
Tiny Tina.
Yes!
Yep. Matt.
Tiny Tina all the
way. So, I want to say Tina, but I think I'm going to say Moxie.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah.
What was that, Devin?
Those were my thinking hands. My thinking hands.
No, I do really like Tina, though. Ashley Birch is a phenomenal voice actress, so anything she does, I'm usually down with. Tina's funny.
Yeah, she reminds me of my niece. Cute and a little homicidal.
Yeah. A little unhinged.
Yeah.
What?
Little unhinged.
Yeah, slightly, but kind of adorable at the same time.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, we will continue with Borderlands coverage when more stuff comes up. But we got E3 coming up, so here's hoping that we hear more, see some gameplay and things coming out of that. The next thing that came out, which I know nothing about.
Neither do I.
This will be Matt and Ruben's. Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey coming to Labo VR.
Yeah. So this is like peak Nintendo. It's super fucking dumb, but I love it and I want to be part of it. First off, I don't know if you guys saw Labo VR is coming.
I did.
It looks like Google Cardboard, if you're familiar with that, like the Google's like cardboard VR thing they did.
Yeah.
Where you put your phone in it. Basically, that's what this is. This is stupid, but I'm all aboard. Basically, and I don't want to steal the whole thing, so Ruben, I'll let you talk soon, but they said Labo VR is designed to be a bite-sized VR experience so that families won't need to spend that big money on PSVR, Vive, Oculus. I think it's going to be like $80, so it's definitely affordable. But what makes this stupid is there's no head strap.
Oh my god. Really?
You have to hold it up with your hands.
Oh my gosh.
To your face. So like
how do you
literally
like binoculars?
So like you have your Joy-Cons on the side, all right? Because you put your Switch in there. So like I get that. So Mario Odyssey is going to be exactly. Mario Odyssey is going to be smaller missions. So like I think it's 3 or 4 that should be small, quick things, which makes sense, sure. Breath of the Wild though is going to be fully supported.
Wow.
So like you're gonna have to play this game you're playing. Yeah, you're doing this.
How does that work?
Yeah, like you got dinosaur arms doing Breath of the Wild. So like this is peak Nintendo. They're doing things that like. Did anybody ask for this?
Nobody.
Nobody. But Nintendo always do this. With the Wii, they did so many just like add-ons and weird things that people never asked for. I mean, I love the fact that they keep pushing the boundaries of like creating.
Yeah, it's cool. I just I'm hoping that these are just growing pains and they're gonna figure it out. And I get it. It's cardboard. You can quick make like a little head strap to go on yourself, but like this is ridiculous.
My biggest issue with the logo stuff since it launched has always been the price, because for what it is cardboard, and all these add-ons. I just can I just go get my cardboard and give me the designs and I'll make it myself.
Yeah. Right. I don't have Labo. I'm real tempted to get this though, just because I
want to see you play it.
This is so and I'm not even I liked Breath of the Wild was fun. I haven't finished it. I liked Mario Odyssey more than I like Breath of the Wild, so I'm kind of more interested in that. I don't know. This is crazy.
Yeah, I'm not sold. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, the only thing I can say is this is Nintendo being Nintendo. It's the exact same thing I said when they announced Labo. I'm like, yep, they're being Nintendo.
I'm interested. This is ridiculous. I think my whole problem with it is they wanted to make something affordable and family and all that stuff, which is fine, but it's like they completely ignored everything else when it comes to VR. The head strap, it's something simple, put it on, because no one is going to want to have to hold this thing up to their face,
right?
And I'm not going to
surely.
And I'm not going to spend $80 to just jump into Breath of the Wild for 10 minutes.
It makes you wonder, because how many committees did this have to go through for approval, and nobody caught the head strap or lack thereof?
They have testers as well. How did they get past them?
My only idea is that they wanted something, because Nintendo's all about being safe and everything. Maybe it was, your arms are going to get tired of holding it up, so you're going to stop. So you're only going to do these quick, bite-sized experiences. But then it's $80. So
maybe that's Nintendo's way of, because remember back on the Wii, you would get the reminder every 45 minutes or something going, hey, stop playing video games, go outside for a bit.
Maybe that's judge me, Wii.
But maybe that's their way of doing it. If you don't have a strap, they're saying, hey, hold it for as long as you can, and then put it down and go do something else for a while.
The other thing that I'm kind of like about, and like I love the Switch. Don't get me wrong, it's awesome. You're using it in handheld mode, and that screen's only 720, and Breath of the Wild runs at 30 frames per second. So you're putting that into VR where it's gonna slow down real fast.
Oh yeah,
And it's gonna get real ugly. So like, how is it even gonna look? Like
Elder Scrolls in VR.
I'm one of the,
Sorry.
I'm one of the lucky ones.
Shots fired.
I'm lucky here. I got the PSVR, so I can jump right into that. Oh, I can hear myself.
Yeah, that was a weird echo.
Yeah, somebody.
I didn't do anything this time, I promise.
What you touch.
I didn't do anything. What you guys missed was my technological mishap and not being able to figure out what I was doing. But I'm a professional, and I found the button.
I've got the PSVR, so like if I need to go jump into VR, that's good. I can just do that. So I don't think this is gonna pull people away from their VRs. Maybe as a good entry point, but I don't know. This is weird.
Yeah, it is. It's weird.
Speaking of VR, this wasn't even on our itinerary, but I wanted to ask your opinion on who's going to play it. Five Nights at Freddy's in VR.
No interest.
Oh my god!
It's not that it's not that too scary. I like horror games in VR. I just have no interest in Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh no! I am in a podcast full of haters.
Hey, I didn't get a chance to say anything. I just don't have a PSVR myself, so
I don't either. I don't either, but I want to play it in VR. I think it'd be fun. Okay, well, now I know. Now I know where you guys stand.
Yeah, I would totally try it if I had VR.
Fine. Well, thank you, Scott.
I'm on your side, D.
I had
Thank
VR.
you for sitting at the cool kids table.
I had VR,
Right?
but I sold it for the Switch, so I don't know.
I will be
Don't
honest
blame
and
you there.
say that I've never had any interest in the Nintendo Switch. I don't know why. I'm not sure why. I've seen there's awesome games going to it. There's a whole chunk of Resident Evil games headed to Switch. Maybe it's because I haven't been able to get my hands on it and play it myself, but for some reason I'm just people go, "Oh, it's coming to Switch." And I'm just like, "Okay."
Yeah.
I can tell you why you have no interest.
Why?
You hate fun.
That's true.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess
So
you found me out.
That's what that is.
Because I have a Switch and... What was that? Sorry, go ahead.
I'm the dad from Footloose. The preacher, the priest or whatever. I'm the dad from Footloose. No fun.
I have not seen Footloose.
What?
Oh my
It's
god.
Right over my head.
Okay, you want to talk about no fun? Oh my god.
Yeah, is that Kevin Bacon or
Yeah.
Spacey or?
Are you just messing with us?
No, I've legitimately never seen it.
Wow.
I'm not it's a musical, right?
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, no, I'm not a musical person. I'm not a musical
Well,
person.
It's not a musical.
It's
Coming of
dancey.
age.
Yeah.
It's a coming of age film more, yeah.
It's
And it's got
national
John Lithgow.
What other John? Dirty Dancing. I've never seen Dirty Dancing.
Oh my god, I can't. Are you trying to kill me, Matthew?
Hey, just being honest.
Oh. Okay, Matt, I have homework for you. I'll talk to you about it after we record.
So you want to move on to the next piece then?
Yep.
All right, so Mortal Kombat characters new Mortal Kombat characters have been announced with a roster of up to 20 for Mortal Kombat 11. They just showed us the Collector and Cetrion? Is that how you say that?
I think so. Yeah, Cetrion and Garrus.
Yep, they showed us videos for them and their moveset and fatalities, and I am one of this is the only fighting game that I play. I am a huge Mortal Kombat fan.
Every time I see Garrus, I think of the guy from Mass Effect.
So do I.
So like when I didn't see him, when I heard that Garrus was announced for Mortal Kombat, I was like, what the fuck kind of crossover is this? Turns out it is not. Different character. Different character.
Different character, looks completely different.
I don't even. Yeah. I was excited for a moment because I was like, this is interesting, but nope.
I've always been a fan of the old school characters.
Yeah, me
like
too.
the old one. Mortal Kombat 2 was what I played. I used to bribe my babysitter into letting me like play Mortal Kombat because she only had it. I didn't have it at my house, so I'd be like, maybe not bribe, more like whine. I'd whine. I'd be like, please let me play it, and I don't think she understood how gory it was, or she didn't care. Either way, I was happy.
Yeah, because I've been playing Mortal Kombat since the very beginning. On my Genesis, had the blood code, which I still remember the blood code. I got, and I also remember the, I think it was like the God mode, which was dullard, down, up, left, A, right, down. Those are ingrained in my memory because those were the games that I played over and over and over again. I stumbled across Sub-Zero's spine rip fatality on accident just by pressing buttons and became obsessed with trying to figure out the fatalities after that, and slowly but surely found most of them except for I think 2 or 3 of the characters I had to like look up and on I think it was like in a Game Pro magazine or something back then. But yeah, I've owned pretty much every Mortal Kombat since that one.
I'm a newer Mortal Kombat fan. It wasn't anything I was really interested in. Once again, you have to have friends to really enjoy fighting games, and I didn't have friends up until I was older. I was actually playing Mortal Kombat XL last night with my girlfriend, and that is a lot of fun.
That game is awesome.
It's real fun. Alien is super broken. Super duper broken.
Yeah, and that's the thing right there too, like with these older like Mortal Kombat games. They're like caressing my horror movie heart by bringing in all these horror movie icons. Because I've always there was a time back in the day where I actually wrote out a video game idea where I wanted all these horror movie icons to fight each other, and I had a list of all the characters written down and who I wanted, and it was my dream to somehow try to figure out how to get this made. And well, Mortal Kombat's and Dead by Daylight, I guess, are the only ones that are really bringing those characters to life now for me.
I just want them to announce Reptile.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is Reptile?
Well, I'm looking at the roster right now, and we have 4 spots still open that haven't been revealed.
Reptile and Melina. Has she been revealed yet? I don't think she was.
Nope, it does not look like. Here, I'll go through the roster real quick. What we have so far is Jade, Aaron Black, which I think he first appeared in Mortal Kombat 10. We got the return of Cabal, which that has me so freaking excited. I love Cabal. Kung Lao, Sub-Zero,
Yeah.
Scorpion.
Yeah.
Scorpion's my man too. Then we got Garrus. Not the Mass Effect one, Matt.
From
Just letting you know.
Effect.
Then we got that insect. Then we got that insect lady, Devora. We got Raiden, Baraka. Which Baraka, I'm excited to see him back too.
Yeah, I was disappointed. I was disappointed he wasn't in 10.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked he wasn't. But then we got Kano returning. Jax is returning. Cassie Cage, so Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade's daughter.
Oh yeah, nice.
Kotal Khan, which I believe he was brought in for his first appearance last game.
Yep, he's awesome.
Scarlet, which I can't remember. She sounds familiar, but she uses blood for her abilities, which her fatality looked freaking gross and awesome, and I was giggling like a little schoolboy. Then of course we got Sonya Blade, and then we got Johnny Cage, and scroll down. Oh, we got a couple more I didn't see.
Noob Saibot.
Yeah, I was saving him. Because we got Jackie Briggs, Liu Kang, And then, yes, Noob Saibot, which the complete joke character of Tobias Boone from the very first game, and they brought him to life and have continued making him a character and giving him his own story, which
What,
is
is
just...
he the guy that goes Toasty? Or Toasty?
I think that was Ed Boone that did that, and then I forget something Tobias. They were the two creators, Ed Boone and I forget Tobias and they just kind of created Noob Saibot.
I can tell you, I cannot wait. One of my favorite things to do, I think this happens in like late summer. One of my favorite things to do is watch Mortal Kombat and esports. So I cannot wait for 11 to hit the esport circuit and then just like see how people destroy each other.
Yeah, this game looks sweet. Like, I mean, based on my job, and I'm talking about this all the time, I've been watching the Fatality trailers constantly.
Same here.
There were two that kind of got me. There's the Scorpion one where he like lights himself on fire and he like dives towards Cassie Cage and like all you see is just her spine in between her body, and he cuts her head off and shoots his little spear thing at her. That was cool. And then I think it was Sonya Blade does one where it was either her or Cassie Cage. She knocks this person in the air and she starts shooting them as she calls in her helicopter. And every time she shoots them, they get higher and higher, and they go into the helicopter blades. I was that's creative.
Carry on.
Oh, go ahead, Ruben.
I was just going to say, over the years with each new Mortal Kombat, at that point with that particular combat, I always thought, no, they can't get any more creative with the fatalities or get any worse. But every year they surprise me because these ones are like even gorier and more creative.
Yeah, the blood and visceral that they show on screen, like, I've actually heard people saying that they're getting to the point where it's too much for them, and I'm going, no, give me more. I want more of this.
Dang?
Yeah, I've had people...
Like... Go ahead, Matt. Go, Matt!
Alright, I've had people tell me that it's getting to be too much, and it's pretty gross. I'm on the board, though, like, just do it. It's pretty gross. I'm excited.
Mortal Kombat. Have you seen the parents react to Mortal Kombat videos?
No. That's hilarious.
It is so funny. And as a parent myself, I'm going to be one of those parents that knows that you can't pause live multiplayer games. And so I appreciate that. And I'm sure my son will appreciate it too. But I'm sitting there watching it, and these parents are going, oh, this is awful. Oh, this is disgusting. And I'm just like, yeah.
Show me more.
Yeah. Knock that head off. Like, it was just, I'm a different kind of parent, I guess, that's for sure.
And it's funny too, well, because my mom, she's the one that actually looked up and got me the blood code for Mortal Kombat 1.
Nice. Love your mom.
Nice.
And she watched it. She watched every fatality with me. She's the one that got me into horror movies. So it's like, I got the dementedness from her.
Yeah, my parents, they weren't into Mortal Kombat. They didn't tell us no, we couldn't play it or anything, but they did not get me into it.
Yeah, and my dad that got me into horror games. And then he's just like, as I got older, he's just like, why do you like that stuff? And I'm just like, I learned it from you, Dad.
I know, my mom just kind of shakes her head now when she sees how deep I've dived into the horror world. She's just like, what have I done? I'm like, you created someone awesome. That's what you've done. But I was wrong, and apparently there are 7 spaces still open on the roster sheet.
Hey. So you never know, Matt.
You might get your reptile.
He better be in it. I'll give extra money to get him if I have to.
Dude, I will be shocked if they don't add Reptile or Ermac or Rain. Like, those 3 I expect to see.
Give me Reptile, give me Melina.
Oh, yeah, Melina, and no Katana either. So,
yeah,
I
mean... Katana, wow.
What?
Yeah. So I'm feeling we'll be seeing a couple of those for sure. And, and actually it looks like Cetrion and the Collector have not been added to this roster, so I guess there would be only 5 spots left open.
They announced the first DLC character, too.
Yeah, I am so excited. It's Shang Tsung.
Hey.
And they have the actor who played him in the first Mortal Kombat movie
Yeah.
with his
That's pretty
likeness.
cool.
That's awesome.
Nice.
I was so excited because I'm a sucker for both the Mortal Kombat movies. They're
They're
not
so
great,
bad.
I
but they're
love
so
the first
awesome.
one. That first movie, it is just okay. So I have this whole thing, and I'm not going to get started because once I get started, we'll be here for a while about video games turning into movies. Nobody mentioned Resident Evil.
Guilty
But one-
pleasures.
Huh?
Guilty pleasures.
Oh, how dare you!
I love them all.
But in terms of video games into movies, I think that Mortal Kombat might be one of the only successful ones. I will say that. I mean, when you have things like Resident Evil, Prince of Persia, Alone in the Dark, it's like the bar
Now-
is set pretty low.
Now hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I would argue
Mm.
Mortal Kombat is not as successful as the Resident Evil movie franchise.
Okay, successful
Doesn't
in
matter-
terms of money, yes. Successful
They're
in terms
both
of
terrible.
as a lifelong Resident Evil fan who knows and I have written so many articles on the Resident Evil timeline, retrospectives, scariest monsters. Like, I have delved so deep into Resident Evil. As a pro, if you will, those movies are shit.
Like I said, guilty pleasures. I'd watch them any day over the Mortal Kombat movie.
Oh,
And
no.
like, are you really gonna ignore the best movie video game?
Super Mario Brothers.
Silent. Yes.
I wrote an article making fun of the Super Mario Brothers movie, and this dude who runs like a I love the Super Mario Brothers movie like website added me on Facebook as he could share my article. I was like,
remember that.
It's like, I don't think you read the article,
No.
but sure, go for it. No, the best one and whatever. Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within.
Okay, are you...
What about
That's
Advent
a-
Children?
So
Animated-
Advent
I like
Children.
Advent Children.
Advent
Animated
Children's
movies
actually
don't
good.
count. Animated movies don't count.
Spirits Within was actually really bad. But if you played Life is Strange, there's a line where Max is like, the best sci-fi movie is Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within. I'm like, good job, Square Enix. Just trying to push your own products. I see what
Like-
you're doing there.
And in terms of animated movies, like the Resident Evil animated stuff, like Resident Evil Vendetta, amazing movie. But I'm talking live action. Yeah.
Okay.
Like
I got
Silent
one
Hill
live
did an
action.
okay job.
I was just going to say Silent Hill is the one that I would say is the best live action they've done.
I think that the second one gives a little bit more fan service than the first one does.
True, but the story for that one was a bit of a mess with the acting.
It was Kit Harington, wasn't it? You hated
So
him.
I just pulled up
do not
a
like-
list.
So,
It's fine. We all hated him in it. It's okay.
I just pulled up a list of the best video game movies of all time because I forgot. I can't think of any. Mortal Kombat.
yes.
The Angry Birds movie. I didn't know there was an Angry Birds
That was
movie.
actually good.
That was good. It was actually
But it's
funny.
animated, so it doesn't count.
Yeah. It's not like
Prince of Persia. There was a Ratchet and Clank movie.
Yeah, it came
animated.
out.
Yeah.
Yep, came out around the time of that Ratchet and Clank game did.
Silent Hill, Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within, LOL, and Assassin's Creed. There's another one. I forgot there was an Assassin's Creed movie.
Most people did.
Well,
Yeah.
Don't forget Warcraft.
well.
Yeah, I forgot all about that one.
See,
wasn't very
I
good.
like that one, but I know it's shit.
It is shit. I'm dreading the Uncharted movie.
Yeah, who's gonna play Nathan Drake?
I want Nathan Fillion, damn it.
The little Nathan Fillion. Okay, that short film was the
Exactly.
best. But the little guy who played Spider-Man?
Oh, Tom Holland. Yeah, he's playing him.
He's
Yeah.
playing him.
He is?
Yeah,
What?
yeah. I had the same
Right.
reaction. Okay.
That just hurt my soul.
I know. Let's move on before we all start openly weeping. So, what we're just gonna kind of touch on because we have the rest of April to kind of go more into these. But there are three big games being released just this month. One of which is Mortal Kombat, which we just talked about. So that's good.
Yes.
And then World War Z. What?
Get here now, damn it.
So I'm actually looking forward to, surprisingly enough, because I'm a whore for, maybe not a whore, because those get paid. I'm a slut for zombie games. Days Gone and World War Z. I'm excited, actually, myself. Weirdly. Don't judge me.
So I know nothing of World War Z, but it seems like it's just like another Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, I mean, it's a third-person shooter. It's not even like a survival horror or anything like that. It's got single and multiplayer options on it. It's coming out in about 9 days. And it's, funny enough, it's published by Focus Home Interactive, which, if you follow PopHorror articles, Matt, you did a Call of Cthulhu, if I'm saying that right, Call of Cthulhu review. That was Focus Home Interactive. And I did The Council, which was also Focus Home Interactive.
We've done a lot of Focus Home Interactive.
We have, and they're kind of hit or miss.
They seem like great people, but
well, to be fair, I liked The Council up until the last 2 chapters, but that's neither here nor there.
And Call of Cthulhu was fucking awesome.
It was great.
Yeah, that was my game of the year last year.
Yeah.
I might be biased because I've got a Lovecraft tattoo, but
that's fine.
That was real good.
Oh, remind me, I'll have to show you something, Matt. There is a whole line of, it's called A Picnic in Arkham, and it's all perfumes and colognes that are all Lovecraftian themed.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, you'd like it. All right, so we have those coming up. Days Gone. Some people are really excited about it. Some people aren't. I was super excited about it until I saw the gameplay, and then I've been a little bit back and forth with it. So I think I'm going to have to just play it.
Yeah, I'm on the fence. I want to wait until I hear some reviews from some trusted people that I know and go from there. Like, I have to actually be a little more frugal with my cash this time around this year. So I'm being very picky and selective on what I'm buying.
I'm gonna play the fuck out of this one.
It looks really fast.
Yeah,
like almost too fast.
I'm gonna play a lot. I'm real excited.
I'd say because it looks awesome. I will give it that. I'm not sure if it will grab my attention because I'm, for the most part, zombied out. Like, I don't.
What? Is that possible?
Yeah, when you have like everything horror movie wise being thrown at your face being zombies, and then video games have also done it, it's just like, okay, something else, please.
No.
I want the special edition. Have you seen it? Like with the statue, the motorbike, and the character on it.
Yeah, cool. That looks awesome.
So expensive, but I want it.
I normally like, what is it, Deacon St.
John?
Yeah,
John.
St. John.
I was close. I normally like the character. I can't even remember his name for some reason, but I normally like the character who plays him. But he seems very stiff and almost like it's weird. His voice acting shows intensity for this, but then the surrounding environment is not. So I'm hoping that maybe that was just gameplay because it was last year. That'll be fixed. But it's like the voice acting is on point. And then the character itself is just like, it's like it's coming from a mannequin. So we'll just have to see.
Right.
But,
I mean, Sony really hasn't been doing bad with their exclusives, so yeah. I have feeling this will be a good game.
Yeah, I hope so. Okay, well, we will talk more about, I'm not going to dig too deep into those just because we don't know anything about them yet that much. But what are you guys playing right now?
I'm playing on my computer right now. Like, oh.
What games are you obsessed with currently for this week?
Who wants to go first? Do you just want to go down the list?
Yeah, might as well just go down the list.
Go down the list.
Cool. So I have challenged myself to beat a Final Fantasy game each month. So obviously not going to finish them all in 1 year, but I've got a whole roadmap laid out. But I just finished Final Fantasy 1. That's an old game.
That's why I'm giggling, because it's aged.
That's awesome, though.
Old game is old. It made me want to throw my Vita. I love my Vita. Made me want to throw my Vita into a fucking trash compactor at times, because like I could one shot bosses because I was super over leveled, and then I'd die by like simple dungeon enemies. So it was getting real frustrating at times. But I finished that, so I'll be writing a review for that for the website real soon.
How many hours?
So Final Fantasy 1 was short. I finished in like 15.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah, it's real short. But I was going to do them all in order, but then I was like, that's going to burn me out real quick because Final Fantasy 2 is a fucking slog. So I jumped. Go ahead, Scott. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm curious. When you're doing this, are you planning on doing like the offshoot stuff like Final Fantasy Tactics as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I'm gonna get through all the mainline stuff, and then go back and do the spin-offs. It just depends. It depends if I have time. So like for 10, I'm working on 10 right now. Probably about halfway. Now I was cheating here because I had a save already on it that was like 5 hours in. So I cut out kind of the intro section because Final Fantasy games take fucking forever to start.
Yes. Yes, they do.
If I have enough time this month, I will do 10 too. With 10, I don't think I will though, because there's a lot of stuff that I want to play. But yeah, I'm working on Final Fantasy X. First time I played it in a long time. It's real good. It's real good. The acting is questionable.
I can only think of the laughing scene every single time.
Yeah, it's.
That was my acting. Did you guys like it?
It was about par with Titus and Yuna.
Yeah, there we go.
It's real good though. It's real fun. I've been enjoying it. I stated earlier that I'm a big fan of RPGs, JRPGs specifically. So getting back into Final Fantasy, going through all those, it's real good. I haven't played them all, so there's a few that I'm excited to get to. But after 10, I'm going to 6, which is one of the greatest. One of the greatest games ever made. So I'm very excited to jump back into that again. Then I'm gonna do 9 because I've never played 9. I've only played like little bits and pieces of it.
Oh, 9 is so good.
But I know Vivi is
Ruben's face.
Vivi is OP and he needs nerfed.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
Awesome.
All right.
Scott, go ahead.
What's playing?
Scott.
All right. Let's see here. All right, so I've been kind of on just a play whatever. I haven't had anything that's kind of grabbed me for a while, so I've just been kind of like, I'll play this for a little bit. I'll play this for a little bit. So for whenever I'm playing something online with my friends, we want something dumb and simple. Last night we were going to play Path to Exile because I came to PS4, but it was getting kind of late, and my friend was like, it's a bit much to get into this late at night, so let's just play Worms Battlegrounds.
Love Worms. Worms is awesome.
Dude, whoever created this game, I got to applaud them. It is so stupid and dumb, but oh my god, is it fun as hell. I've played Worms since like the first one was on the PlayStation 1 back in the day. I played the hell out of that game, and then playing it multiplayer with my buddy. We're just watching us, make mistakes, like throwing a banana bomb and realizing the banana bomb just landed by your own feet and killed 4 of your guys. Just stupid like issues like that just make it just dumb fun. My roommate came downstairs wondering what the hell was wrong with me because I was laughing my ass off because we just kept doing something stupid and just having just laughing for no freaking reason. But yeah, there's not much to it. Like I've only really dived into the multiplayer part of that. We've tried like the different variants on multiplayer, a ton of different maps, yeah, we tried the legendary mode, which gives you all the weapons, which is just stupid because there's things in there that pretty much blow up like the entire map in just like one shot. So we kind of like said, all right, don't use those at all, just use the other weapons. But yeah, Worms Battleground, 2 thumbs up, lots of fun. Then I've been when I have like a little bit of time trying to finish off Spider-Man. I'm still not even on the second act, which kind of baffles me.
Damn.
I thought, yeah, I think it's the side missions. I keep getting distracted and going and doing all the different stuff, and next thing you know, I'm like, oh yeah, I probably should get back to the main missions. And yeah, I still haven't even made it to the asylum yet.
Okay.
Which I know that's where Act 2, I think, ends. But yeah, that game, I even coming back to it, several months later, still fun as hell. The web slinging still awesome. Like the controls, I instantly I was still able to remember pretty much everything about it. Like jumping in, I was able to I think I only died once, and that was just because I screwed up and hit the wrong button. But so yeah, I've been just kind of swinging around, doing some more gang related activities, and then other token collecting stuff just to kind of build my character more, and then trying to hit up some more storyline missions as I go along. But then I played this one. I played a little while back. I need to get back to it, but we pretty much all played this one, Resident Evil 2.
Yeah,
That was real good.
You still haven't played it?
No, I don't own
Ruben?
it. Yeah, I know. It's terrible.
Oh, it's so good.
I just finished the remake, and I wasn't sure about that one, so I was like, oh, okay.
Resident Evil 2 is the game that Resident Evil gamers have been wanting for such a long time.
I've watched gameplay, and it looks fantastic.
It's so good.
It was real good.
Me, I'm the type of guy, I love horror movies, I love horror video games, but I am a freaking wuss when it comes to horror video games, to the point where I'll stop playing after a while because I'll be like, nope, fuck this, I'm done, and walk away.
I'm the same way.
Like I get too into it and my heart starts racing and I'm going, I can't do it. So
yeah, I get that.
Yeah, so I got to what's his face, Mr. X, and probably shat myself a couple times and said, okay, I'm done. I'll come back to this later. I just couldn't handle it.
Have you seen the mods where he's Thomas the train?
Yes, I saw the video. That's crazy.
Yes.
Or when he's in the thong, the bikini thong.
Yes. Yeah, I see those, and the one where they're playing X is going to give it to you every time he appears. I'm like, okay. If he's playing that music, if that music's playing when he walks in, I would probably just make sure to find him every time, just because I'd be like, all right, I can dance with this guy now.
Have you guys heard? This is just a rumor. I don't know if this is for sure. Rumor town. So everyone's asking for Resident Evil 3, but I've heard that Capcom isn't the one who's working on Resident Evil 3.
I haven't heard
their in-house engine. Normally they do their stuff on their in-house engine, the RE engine. And I've heard that somebody's working on Resident Evil 3 remake, but it's not on the RE engine.
I heard something about that too, but I don't remember who it was.
I know that's like that. I'm trying to remember where I heard it, and I don't know. But I'm just like, no.
That seems stupid when they've made such a good game with number 2.
Not only that, but Resident Evil 7. It was on the RE engine, built the entire groundwork, which was made Resident Evil 2 easy to build on top of that. Yeah. You lay the foundation, it's a lot easier to build a house on that. You already have 2 games on the same engine that has the same style of gameplay and everything. Why would you outsource? I don't know. I'm hoping it's not true. I'm hoping that the third one is going on the RE engine because I have opinions.
Well,
strong opinions.
I think what's going to happen is they may be having people working on it on the side, because I know from what I heard, their future plans are to release Resident Evil 2 remake, do Resident Evil 8, and then do Resident Evil 3 remake. So I'm thinking they're going to kind of space them between.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if maybe they're just having someone off to the side working on it for now, just kind of get it started. and then they'll bring it back in when it's ready.
Maybe. I'm okay with that because I need to know what the hell is up with that Chris Redfield character model that we saw in 7 that royally pissed me off. Like, that is not right.
I did not with that.
That was just stupid.
Yeah, that was the one I have not finished. Resident Evil 7 got too intense for me, and I said, okay, I'm done. Can't do it.
I've played that so many times, but I wrote an article that was called Not My Redfield because I was so mad about that. I was so mad about it.
Oh, that's hilarious. But yeah, I'll move on to the last game that I've been playing. The last one, this one I put in quite a bit of time, but it was a while ago, so I'll do my best to describe as much as I can, but it was Subnautica.
They just come out with a new DLC for it too.
Yeah, I think that's only on the PC for now.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it'll be coming to the PS4 at some point, but yeah,
I think it's like a beta right now or something like that.
Oh, actually, I think it might be.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for anybody that's curious, I just have a Nintendo Switch and a PlayStation 4, so that's like where my games will be for now. But yeah, I got Subnautica when it came to PS4 because I'd seen a couple of my friends playing it on PC, and it looked kind of interesting and kind of intense because I love swimming, I love stuff like that. But when you're going into the deep, dark ocean and you have no idea what the hell could be there, kind of freaks me out. So I was like, okay, this could be a bit of an intense game, and yeah, it really can. 'Cause it's straight up a survival game, kind of like along the lines of Ark and Conan Exiles and Fallout 76 in those ways, where you're gathering supplies, building stuff, and trying to you're just trying to. Oh, yeah, I got those. I got 5 of those in this house.
That's a lot of cats.
Yeah. We won't go into that though. But yeah, this is where you're in space and you crash land on this planet that is basically nothing but water, and you are stuck on your life pod and have to start diving in the water to collect minerals and collect different animals to eat and survive, and slowly try to build yourself a more important tools to be able to build yourself underwater ships and submarines and things like that. And then eventually, I think it is, you got to build yourself a rocket to get yourself off of the island or the planet. And yeah, there's weird alien fish that's one thing I love about this one. In the beginning of the game, there's really no threats. You're just walking around, you're swimming around. Your only threat is your oxygen when you're underwater and your food and water supplies. But you don't have to worry about monsters trying to kill you. But as you get deeper into the water, that's when you start seeing some really messed up monsters and disturbing Leviathan style creatures and krakens, and those things will want to eat your face.
Sounds excellent.
Yeah, and as you get darker, the sound makes it just feel like you are underwater, and it just gets so intense because it gets darker on the screen and the pressure's getting worse, so you can't go outside of your vehicle, and it's a very intense once you get diving deeper into the story of it, and it's probably the only survival game that I've become addicted to and stayed addicted to.
High praise.
I watched a little gameplay of it. It looks really interesting.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Well, I guess we'll move on to what I've been playing. Mine's a little bit less. I've had to review quite a few games, so I have to keep bouncing back and forth between things. But the one that I play regularly is Battlefield 5. I know this game gets a lot of flack for it. Basically, EA kind of destroyed its own self when it came to sales and things like that. There was a lot. I loved Battlefield 4 so much. I loved Battlefield 1. Battlefield 5, I actually really, really like it. I like I think that they did themselves kind of a disservice when they didn't include major battles like the Battle of Normandy and things like that, because this is World War II. But it's still fun, and the environment's beautiful. The gameplay is pretty smooth. I haven't had any too many problems with lag and things like that in the servers, so the servers are pretty solid. It's just fun. I don't really play I know Firestorm just came out. I'm not good at Battle Royale games. I tend to die pretty immediately.
Me too.
So I'll spend more time loading the game than I'll probably spend actually in it. But I do like the multiplayer a lot better than the campaign, although the campaigns are really beautiful and do have a lot of story to them. So I've been playing that as kind of a relaxing in between, although I say relaxing even though I'm sitting there going just like, son of a bitch! Like, you'll hear me and then my son will be like, is mommy okay? And I'll be just like, sorry, mommy didn't say that, so... I try to keep that angry gamer reined in around the little one. But aside from that, I have also been trying to work on achievements and S+ and stuff like that for Resident Evil 2 when I have time, working through the DLCs, which were a little disappointing because they could have had so much story added in those DLCs, which they didn't do. It's just all timed missions. So it's like, so now I'm just taking it and going into the actual story and trying to get all of the raccoon statues and all of the achievements and things like that. So been doing that. I always find a Resident Evil 2 game to play sometime. Like if I go back and play Resident Evil 1 or I'm sitting and watching it. If I'm not playing games, I'm watching Let's Plays, like in the background. I do, because most people will be like, oh, watch a movie, and I'm just sitting there watching somebody else playing something else. I also have been playing Day of the Tentacle, the remastered version, which is really cool because I have a PS4, and so I got it on PS4. And you can switch back and forth between the original graphics and the remastered graphics and the original soundtrack and the new one. So sometimes I'll just mid-game, I'll just switch it back and forth because I want to hear. I played the demo on MS-DOS when I was a kid, and I never could figure it out. This game is friggin' hard. I'm sitting here going, what am I supposed to do? And have to spend 45 minutes on one puzzle, and then I'm just like, you know what, screw it, I'm looking it up because I'm not playing this for the puzzle. I'm playing it because it's nostalgic.
I've never heard of this game.
What?
It's my god!
Sequel. What was it a sequel to? It's like
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a sequel to this game where this guy goes in this cave. The first game was not very good, but the character is recurring. I didn't like the first game, but Day of the Tentacle is basically there are these two tentacle aliens that one of them has decided it wants to take. This is the tentacle, by the way. It has decided it wants to take over the world, and you have to go in all different places in time to try to stop it and get back to where you're at.
Okay, so it's Maniac Mansion.
Maniac Mansion, yeah. Yes. Yeah, so it's a sequel to that. I like it. It's fun. It's silly. It's very 90s. So yeah, I've been playing that. But since, Matt, you've been talking about JRPGs, I have had the urge to go back and play Legends of Legaia, which is my favorite JRPG of all time.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think I might be going back and playing. For those of you that don't know, Legends of Legaia is a turn-based JRPG that's better than Final Fantasy. Yeah.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. Now, I will say I've been re-downloading my Final Fantasy 15 to play Episode Arden because I'm still pissed about that. The whole backtracking from Final Fantasy 15, the DLC stuff. I'm so pissed. So I'm going to play Episode Arden, and then I'm just going to sit and seethe, and then go play another JRPG. In anger. I'm an angry pit.
Play Persona.
Yeah.
That's just too much. It's just too much.
It's so good.
That's real life. If I wanted to
it's so good.
Play real life, I would just go and do things.
That real life is way more exciting than my real life.
Because you get to steal
people's
things
hearts.
you get to steal hearts from bad people. Yeah, I get it, but
I just want to be a Japanese high school student with a talking cat.
Someday, Matt. Someday.
yeah, I mean,
I have the tattoo.
you can be anything you want to be.
A talking cat.
All you need is wait. I thought you wanted to be the high school student.
Both.
I want to be both.
You be both.
Be both.
I feel that Matt's becoming a furry who likes to wear Japanese high school clothes.
No.
All right, Ruben, what are you playing?
Yeah, so I just finished Metro Exodus, so I was wondering what I should play. So I had 2 games that I could start, Sekiro and Devil May Cry 5. I started Sekiro, and then I spoke to Matt, who said, just keep doing it, because I was crying, because I was dying and dying and dying. I was like, this game's so hard! Screw Dark Souls, this is way worse! And then I watched some videos, watched my son play, and I got into it, and I've played a whole bunch, and now I'm at a boss that I just can't pass. I've had like 30 goes, so I'm taking a break and playing Devil May Cry, which I'm not too impressed with, which I'm surprised with.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm a big fan of the Devil May Cry series, and I love the Dante, all those characters that just scream Devil May Cry, and they've brought some of them back, but there's new characters with really weird gameplay. So you've got this, what's his name, V, and you send out a panther and an eagle, like his spirit enemies, his shadows, and you don't actually physically fight. You are sending them out, so you've got to watch your character while you're being attacked, and you're using your kind of spirit animals to attack these, the Devil May Cry characters, and it's such a step away from what is normal, and I kind of like it because it's different, but it's so different, and you get used to playing with one of the main characters like Dante, and so you want to play with them, and you get used to it, and then it changes up games mechanics because there's 3 different characters, I think. And it keeps making you change how you play because each core mechanic is different. So it looks great. The story is as messed up as usual. The monster, boss fights are just fantastic. Just so anime. But the change up is really quite throwing me. But then again, I don't actually want to go back to Sekiro because that's going to make me cry. So... and on the other hand, I've also bought recently Borderlands 1, the 4K edition with all the singing and dancing DLCs, and it looks so pretty. It's so great to go back and get those achievements again because I'm playing on Xbox, so you can see them pop. You get those 1.21 gigawatts or gigawatts is one of the achievements that you get early on for using a gun with the element of electricity on it, and so you see those pop, and you love to hate Claptrap again because he's there right from the beginning, and
he's so annoying.
I keep trying to punch him, but he just won't die. It's awesome. It looks great. 4-player split co-op. I presume maybe at some point we could all do co-op.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
We should do that.
I do hope that, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, Ruben.
No worries.
I do hope that that the PopGaming Podcast, well, not only because we have a Facebook group, we have Twitter, we have Instagram, and we also have a YouTube channel. And we will be posting our actual podcast audio on there as well. But I'm hoping to have live streams of 1 to 4 of us playing games and putting it on there so we can kind of extend our arms outside of the podcast, but we can talk about games, but we can also play games, and sometimes badly and sometimes greatly, but
yeah, I think that'd be fun.
definitely like our pop gaming. Wait, what am I saying? Pop Gaming Podcast, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. On Instagram, we are Real Pop Gaming, by the way. So I'm sorry.
Okay.
As you were, I just wanted to interject.
So lastly, it's a
surprise.
bit it's a bit of a callback because on the Xbox Gold, you get those free games every month. One of them is, I don't know if you've noticed, there's this trend, they're giving the Star Wars games free every month, and so this month is Battlefront 2. So I've been playing a little bit.
Yeah, the original, right?
Yeah, the original. Yeah. So I've been
Love
playing
that one.
Of the original, but what I noticed is it's awesome, but it's seriously dated now. Your face kind of goes when you're playing it, because you're like, oh, look at that. That's not even fixed to the ground. Like, why did that guy just respawn suddenly? Or I literally can't jump here, and this is a wall. It's a bit broken, it's a bit old, but still so nostalgically fun, and still, in my opinion, better than the new one, which I know you can't really say, but I was like, no, they got it right there. They need to do that.
I liked the new one. I had a lot of fun with it.
Did you?
Well, I didn't even bother.
But yeah,
I'm
that's
all aboard the EA
game.
hype train.
You liked it,
Well,
hey?
I like EA games. I mean, I don't mind them.
Apologist.
Seriously, the worst.
No, that's not, I mean, I'm right there with you. I like EA. I don't like what EA is doing to the companies that they are working with. Like, I think that they're damaging certain franchises, but I still like the franchises that they are.
Anthem. Sorry. Something in my
Oh, I think you have a little cough there, Ruben.
Yeah, just something.
You might want to get that checked out.
Yeah.
Now, is there anything else that you guys are wanting to add?
Well, we didn't bring it up with our introduction, but like that's technically going to be our third segment. We're going to have that at the end of the podcast, and usually it's going to be just some random topic, maybe interviews with like developers, other podcasters, like depending on what fits our fancy and what we can get going. Sometimes it might just be some random topic like streaming versus physical, and like, why is Matt such an apologist for EA? You never know.
Or why is Ruben so obsessed with snails?
I'm behind all of this.
So yeah, we'll have something for every episode. It'll be something different, just something fun, just to have some conversations.
Right. Well, I think that was a wonderful first episode, you guys. I am so excited to talk more games with you every single week. To re-up on what we said before we kind of start wrapping things up, follow us on Facebook, Pop Gaming, that's on Facebook, Real Pop Gaming on Instagram, Pop Gaming on Twitter, and Pop Gaming Podcast on YouTube. And things will start going up. There'll be more and more. And if you ever want to email us, it's social@popgaming.com, I believe. If I'm wrong, then you'll get a mailer demon. What?
I was going to say, and also, please feel free to check out our website at PopHorror.com.
Yes.
We may eventually be splitting off onto our own thing, but still, PopHorror.com. That's our home. Show them some love. They have been they're amazing community. So
yes, PopHorror.com is where all of our gaming articles are for the time being. We are developing the Pop Gaming site. However, still for the time being, Pop Horror is going to be our home, and we cover horror movies and stuff too. So it's not like we just cover games. Gaming is kind of the gaming community, and Pop Horror is our baby. But we'll still be there putting up articles and.
Yeah, I got one coming out that's going to be tearing apart that absolute trash Critters TV series.
Oh yeah.
Fuck that. Fuck show.
And I do a ton of unboxings for Pop Horror, so I unbox everything. So yeah, is there anything you guys want to add?
I'll say, if you want, you can search me up on Facebook, and I'll give a quick plug for my podcast by the cemetery. Go check that out.
Yeah, where can we find you guys? All of you. What's your media stuff?
I'll give my Facebook. Yeah, it's Scott Crawford at Facebook.com. And that's pretty much my main source of social media.
What about you, Matt?
So I got a Facebook. I really don't use it. I have an Instagram. It's just my first and last name, Matt Stumpf. It's Stumpf with an F at the end. It is private, but if you ask to follow me, I'll accept you. But that's it.
Ruben?
Look for the Ruby Tuesday on everything. So on Facebook, it's the Ruby T. On YouTube, it's the Ruby Tuesday. And on Instagram, it's the Ruby_Tuesday. Twitter, I believe it's the same, the Ruby_Tuesday, because somebody stole it first. But yeah, that's me.
All right, you can find me, DDCrowley, on Facebook. I am Creepy DDCrowley on Twitter and Instagram, and you can find me DDCrowley on YouTube as well. Yeah, I'm excited to talk with you guys next week.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
go game.